Hi and welcome. I'm so glad you're here. If you're watching this, something in you said yes, and I want you to know that your yes matters. It's not random, it's your player waking up just a little bit more. I'm Dina Cramer, and this is the divine game of being human. A course built around an idea that changed everything for me and for many of the clients that I've worked with. So let's start at the very beginning with the question: what if life is a divine game and you forgot you were playing it? Not a game in a trivial sense, not something to be taken lightly or dismissed, a game in the richest possible sense of the word, something with design, with intelligence, with rules, with levels, with meaning. Think about the most immersive, complex game you can imagine. One where the world feels real, where the stakes feel real, where you can get absorbed in the experience and forget entirely that you're a player. Now imagine that you chose to enter that game deliberately, knowing it would be extraordinary, knowing it would be challenging, knowing, and this is the most important part, that you would forget you were playing it, because that forgetting is what makes the remembering so powerful. The forgetting is not a mistake. It's not a sign that something went wrong. It's part of the design. Because remembering who you are from inside the experience is the game. This is the heart of what I call the divine game of being human. So what is the game really about? The divine game is not about escaping your humanity or transcending it. It's about inhabiting it fully without losing touch with your divinity. It's the realization that only a small part of you is human and that you are a divine being. It asks these questions. What if we chose to come here knowing it would be challenging, knowing we would feel lost at times, experience separation, fear, pain, and longing, only to rediscover connection, love, and truth from within the experience itself? What if confusion and frustration aren't signs that something's wrong, but signs that we've forgotten the rules of the game we once chose to play? This reframe changes everything, because it means your emotions are not flaws, your challenges are not punishments, your confusion is not evidence that you're broken or failing. They are invitations. Invitations to wake up inside the experience. Invitations to see life through a wider lens. Invitations to remember that you are more than the roles you play or the stories you hold. And the moment you begin to remember that, life starts to feel different. Not easier in the way you might expect, but lighter, more meaningful, more easy to navigate. So let's look at these three roles. In this game, you're not just one thing. You are three things simultaneously, and understanding all three is what makes law of attraction finally start to make sense. You are the avatar, the human being living this experience. You are the player, the conscious self, the one who becomes aware. And you are the designer, the deeper intelligence, your higher self, from which the whole game is created. Let me walk you through each one. The avatar is your human character, your body, your personality, your history, your emotions, your circumstances. It's the form through which the game is experienced. Just like in a computer game, your avatar has a particular appearance, a starting point, a backstory, a set of strengths and vulnerabilities. It moves through the world, encounters challenges, gathers information, and evolves through experience. From a spiritual perspective, before entering this life, at a soul level, you chose to step into a particular character with particular tendencies, themes, environments, and learning opportunities, not as punishment, not as a mistake, but as a deliberate choice to have a particular experience. Therefore, your avatar is not random, it's intentional, it's extraordinary, and you chose it. Now let's look at the player. The player is the part of you that wakes up inside the game. Imagine being deeply immersed in a dream, and then something shifts. Suddenly you realize you're dreaming. You're still in the dream. You can still feel it, but there's a part of you that's now aware. That's the player awakening. The player is your conscious self, the one who can notice the avatar's patterns without being completely lost in them, the one who can pause, observe, and choose differently. The player doesn't fight the avatar. The player holds the avatar with curiosity and compassion, and then makes a conscious choice about what comes next. That gap between stimulus and response, between automatic reaction and conscious choice, is where the player lives. And widening that gap is one of the most powerful things you can do. And then there's the designer. The designer is your deepest intelligence, your higher self, the part of you that sees the full picture, that knows what you came here to experience and to become. The designer communicates through feeling, through intuition, through those quiet moments of knowing that seem to arrive from nowhere, through synchronicity, through passion and joy, through the thing that keeps calling you, even when your avatar insists it's impossible. The designer is not separate from you. It is you, the deepest, most expanded version of yourself. And it is always orientated towards your growth, your joy, the fullest expression of who you came here to be. So why does this matter? Law of attraction responds to the totality of who you are, not just your conscious thoughts or your affirmations, but the full signal you're broadcasting, which includes everything the avatar carries, everything the player is choosing, and everything the designer is aligned with. When all three are in alignment, the avatar's patterns are understood and worked with. The player is awake and making conscious choices, and the designer is trusted and listened to. That is when law of attraction works with the greatest ease, grace, and power.